Starting your Locker natural hair journey is oh so rewarding, but can be extremely stressful when you start to consider what products to use. If that's you, then look no further. Locklicious is a Black-owned company that has created an all-natural product line for locked and loose natural crowns. The Locklicious team works hard to ensure that their products are free of parabens, phthalates, sulfates, PEG, synthetics, and other toxic chemicals you find in other products. Best of all, the products are lightweight and will not leave residue or cause buildup. Go to locklicious.com to start treating your crown like royalty.
So, U.S. Senator Cory Booker, or in some circles, on the internet, he's known as Cory Bussy. I'm sorry, I had to go there. I just think it's funny. Y'all calling that man Cory Bussy now? Oh boy, that's funny to me. If you can't laugh about something like that, you need to loosen up a little bit. I told y'all I'm your uncle. I'm way past that stage of being worried about what people say at this point. I'm having fun and then reporting the news at the same time. So, Cory Booker out of New Jersey, assured members of the NAACP on Saturday that all hope isn't lost on the black agenda in Washington. What black agenda? There's no black agenda. What are you talking about, Cory? And he made the case to why black voters should not sit out the next year's midterm elections, despite some growing weary of Jim Crow Joe and the Democrats at large, and amid stalled bills critical for Black America. Okay, Cory Booker, why you listening, aren't you? See, understand something. That sentiment not coming from CNN, MSNBC, or any of them liberal outlets. It's coming from the black media. Understand? That's where it's coming from. They listening. And I'm going to tell y'all this, whether they say something to you or not, they always listening. Trust me on that. They won't acknowledge you. They won't leave a comment. They won't write an email to you or anything till you want to have a conversation. See, Cory Booker, he can come over here if he want to. I got plenty of questions for him. But he won't do that. He go where he's safe at, like on CNN. He'll go talk to the NAACP, the Urban League. See, you safe over there. Because you know good and well, they're not going to press you like I would press you. Because Cory Booker shouldn't even be able to show his face in the black community behind that George Floyd bill. The bill failed. Y'all said, well, if you just get us voted in, look at all this chaos. We're going to get qualified immunity for y'all in the George Floyd bill. We're going to end them chokeholds. We're going to change the system. We're going to reform this policing. Just get us in there. Black folks went in there, got y'all in there. Oh, that Donald Trump. You see how racist he is? You got to help us get in there. And black folks led you, like Stacey Abrams, let me call names, Stacey Abrams. She led y'all to vote for them. Boule Martin, every day stomping for them because he gets money from them. If he delivers black folks, he get money. Understand? So you see Boule Martin doing a bunch of new things that he ain't done before, and it looked like little money came into his hands. Notice that didn't happen until after the election. I want y'all to notice that. Look at Boule Martin's program prior to Joe Biden getting in. He was promised, if you deliver them Negroes, we'll give you a check, Boule. I'm just saying, look, go back and watch his videos prior to the election and watch them now. What is the big influx of cash? Notice he ain't complaining no more about advertisers? All right. I'm just telling y'all, pay attention. I'm telling you. Anyway, so Cory Booker, he was the lead negotiator of the failed George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, along with fellow Democrat, U.S. Representative Karen Bass, which she failed also, and Republican Senator Tim Scott. All three of them failed, right? And they acknowledged the legislative roadblocks to police reform and voting rights in a very divided Congress. Now, the Democrats told you, if y'all just come out there, black folks, and you vote for us to give us the majority, oh my God, we will be able to do everything for you. And they have done nothing. Now the excuse is, well, that Joe Manchin out of West Virginia, he's the one. Joe Manchin been in office. He didn't just get voted in. Have you been to West Virginia? I have. West Virginia is a red state. Joe Manchin is basically a Republican with a Democrat name. He calls himself a moderate, but he's a Republican. That's how he vote. That's how he move. Because the majority of the people there are Republicans. They have a Republican governor. You think he's going to speak really against anything Republican? Come on now. He comes from that Joe Biden version of Democrat, where basically you're a Republican, but you want to call yourself a Democrat. Talking about you're a moderate. You're not a moderate. You're a Republican. And that's fine. Be a Republican. I'm not tripping on that. Kristen Sinema out of Arizona. She's a Republican too. Let's call it what it is. And they knew this prior to y'all going to vote, but they finessed y'all. The Democrats know how to finesse y'all because they understand you are an emotional people. A lot of you aren't logical. You're very emotional. All they got to do is tell you about this racist person going to harm you. Vote for us. We're going to do this for you because of racism. Vote for us. In the meantime, they read out all their plans. We're going to get an Asian hate bill. We're going to do this for immigrants, not black immigrants, mind you, because the Haitian situation showed you that. We're going to do this for LGBT. We're going and we're talking about white LGBT, not black LGBT. We're going to do this for all these different groups of people. We're going to bring Afghans in and just flood them with cash. Right? Sheila Jackson Lee, yeah, go tell them about HR 40. Yeah, go play with them. The carrot before the horse. And then when they get in there, they snatch the carrot away from you. They ain't even talking about HR 40 or reparations or anything. They finessed y'all. The Democrats finessed y'all like Brittany Renner finessed P.J. Washington. Look, Brittany Renner is the perfect representative of the Democrat Party. If you watch that video, if y'all know who Brittany Renner is, if you watch that video where she talked about how she finessed dudes, that's how the Democrat Party finesse y'all. Y'all are P.J. Washington all day long. Your nose wide open, you fall for the same tricks with these people, right? It is amazing. Everybody understands. You talking about black people being a permanent underclass, you participate in being your permanent underclass. You do it. Because everyone knows that collectively black America is politically stupid. Everyone knows that. That's why everyone talking about coming here and making a better life, because they're stepping on your back to get it. Because all things that you fought for, everybody else benefiting, you ain't benefiting off of it. It's so sad. Even Candace Owens came out and said, wow, Biden is not even hiding the fact that he ain't doing nothing for black people, right? But I can't believe you would agree with Candace Owens. You see, that's emotionalism once again. Emotionalism. If somebody's right, they're right. I don't care about their politics. If you're right, you're right. You're so emotional. Oh my God, you sound like a Republican. Once again, you're emotional. You this hardcore Democrat and you're looking stupid right now. Because you don't think black agenda, you're thinking a party. Well, the Republicans not going to do something for us. Nobody should be doing nothing for you because Republicans, you don't vote for them. So why should I even go that route? You can't pressure Republicans to do nothing for you. You don't vote for them. You don't. So I can't bring Republicans into it when 80+% of you vote Democrat. Democrats are the ones who should be held accountable for it, right? That's your votes lie. Now, they said that there was a virtual meeting of the NAACP board of directors. And see, that's another problem. The NAACP is not even respected in the black community. That's considered boule to us. They don't do nothing for the black community. Trust me. They say, well, Booker spoke with members about critical policies affecting black Americans, from voting restriction laws being passed by Republicans across the country and the lack of movement to enact police reform and continued incidents of police brutality and racial violence. Okay? So it said Booker described the negotiation collapse on the Floyd bill as evidence of the toxic culture in the U.S. Senate. No, it's a white supremacist culture on the left and the right. See, it's not toxic culture. It's white supremacy, Cory. This is why only you and Tim Scott are up there. It's white supremacy. You got all these 40-some-odd million black folks and nobody can be a senator? Okay, why can't the Senate look like the country? Why can't at least 14 to 15% of the Senate be black? Why can't 15% of the Senate be black? Or the House of Representatives be black? I believe power should be at least equal to population to a point. But no, you don't address any of that. Why is it that the majority of the police are white? The majority of the judges are white. DAs are white. You mean to tell me black folks, not police? They don't want to be judges. They don't want to be DAs. Anything in relation to power, they don't want black folks there. And the Republicans are setting it up where when they in the minority, they'll still be in power. But your Democrat friends can shut that down, but they don't want to because they agree with the Republicans. They both on team white supremacy. There's just two different ways they want to do it. when the rubber meets the road, the Republicans and the Democrats are always together with white supremacy. They are not against each other. So stop calling it a toxic culture and just saying the culture of white supremacy. But he don't want to do that. So Cory Booker said that he will not stop in his push for a pathway forward for a national standard on policing. He said he told the oldest civil rights group in the nation that he worked 9 months on the bill, that he and Senator Tim Scott cannot come to terms, even as the Fraternal Order of Police supported the legislation. Let me tell you something. If the Fraternal Order of Police is supporting your bill, you know your bill is trash. The Fraternal Order of Police would never support a bill reining them in. So they let you know right there. They say now that the Floyd bill is dead in the water, it said Cory Booker had vowed to work with Jim Crow Joe to move forward on executive orders to address policing in America. No, he's not. He just made a speech to the police that basically, hey, everything's back to normal, okay? He's with them. Remember, Jim Crow Joe before the election said he don't agree with ending qualified immunity. He said that. So stop lying, Cory. Stop lying. Stop pissing on black people's leg and tell them it's rain. But see, you know who to go to piss on their leg and tell them it's rain. You won't come over here. You won't come over here. Because I won't let you get away with that. I won't. Because I would ask you a question. Well, why is it that you voted for the Asian hate crime bill? Because you voted for that. Why didn't you fight, Cory, to put black people on that bill too? The black and Asian hate crime bill. Why didn't you fight for that? Even though with FBI numbers show clearly that black people are attacked more with hate crimes than any other group. And yet you didn't put the group that was attacked the most on the bill? You didn't say nothing. The Congressional Black Caucus said nothing. Nobody fought for black people. That's why he's over there with the NAACP and going to the Urban League and all these different little groups that's not going to press him to give an answer on camera why he don't do nothing for black people. Because understand, Cory Booker voted for the Asian community to have a whole hate crime bill. They're federally protected. That's why you see in videos like the one I just posted a few days ago of the Asian people getting bold with you now. Because they're like, yeah, if they touch me, shoot, that's federal crimes. I'm protected. I'm federally protected now. That's why they flexing now a little bold with you. They didn't even go through what you went through in this country. And they can go back to wherever country they come from at any moment. But the people that's been serving for hundreds of years can't even get a bill to protect them whatsoever. And your black politicians didn't take no stand at all. They signed off on everything that Jim Crow Joe wanted to give everybody else. So why should black people come out and vote for you? Why? If black folks are silly enough to do that, like I said, it's not just me, it's a whole lot of people. We're just about to be done with you at this point. Because if you're going to be that politically stupid to keep doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over and allowing people to use you and abuse you and step on you and you get nothing, then what's the point of fighting about you? Or fighting for freedom for black Americans? What would be the point when you keep cutting your own throat? Now, continuing. Let's say that Cory Booker's remarks also comes after several months of voting rights protests and demonstrations in Washington, which Cory Booker doesn't address why your voting rights need to be voted on every 25 years or your civil rights either. Understand, black people, your civil rights and voting rights are on lease. You have a 25-year lease. You don't have permanent voting rights. You don't have permanent civil rights. But none of your black politicians like to talk about that. This is why Jim Crow Joe say, hey, I voted for civil rights. Yeah, he did. That's why they throw in your face. I'm for black people. No, it doesn't bother them to give you some rights for a little bit. They can take it away next time if they want to. So they said that they playing the same old game, getting arrested in front of the White House. Nobody care about that. You getting arrested in front of the White House. You ain't doing crap. You ain't doing nothing at all. Now, this is the thing. Cory Booker, let me say something about this, okay? Cory Booker said, and I want to repeat this, that if black people do not show up to the election in 2022, if you don't show up to vote for Raphael Warnock, if you don't show up to vote in Virginia, let's talk about that race, okay? There is a governor's race in Virginia right now. Now I'm going to take a page out of Boulay Martin's book, but I'm going to take it on the other route. I'm going to start focusing on that Virginia election. That's going to be a test for black people, the Virginia governor's election. Right now, the Democrat challenger is in trouble. He's in big trouble. A lot of people want to vote for the Republican challenger. In the polls, the Republican is going to decimate this Democrat, challenger. They brought in Stacey Abrams now. Oh, they called in they big guns. Stacey Abrams. Wouldn't give her a position in the White House at all, but okay, I guess you want to be a mule for the Democrats. They calling her in. They calling Barack Obama. They talking about Kamala. She's running ads in Virginia. Jim Crow Joe. Oh, they worried about Virginia. Black folks in Virginia, and a lot of you follow us on the channel. Please tell your people, do not reward the Democrats with no vote in that Virginia election. Don't do it. You got to let the Democrats know not to play with you no more, that you are serious about crossing you. You understand? You serious about it. If you go reward the Democrats with the governorship in that state, you're done. Because they're going to give them a win, like, oh yeah. They gonna vote for us now. We good, because that's gonna be a test election. And there's a lot of black folks in Virginia. Now, Cory Booker himself, he is scared. He is afraid. He's afraid, and I quote, "We need the black community to come out and vote. We need them. Because if they don't come out and vote," he said, "then we will be decimated in the 2022 election." Well, I got a message to Cory Booker. Here we go. Cory Booker, I need you to bring that message to the Asian community. You gave them a hate crime bill. They should reward you with votes in Virginia and in the midterms. So you need to tell the Asian community to go line up to vote for you. Okay? I need you to go tell the white LGBT community to go line up and vote for you in the midterms. I need you to go tell people that you allowed to come to this country from south of the border. I need you to go tell them to line up. We're talking about immigrants, we're talking about American citizens. I need you to go tell them to line up and vote for you. Because clearly the black immigrants you don't want, because we saw with Haiti, right? So I need you to go tell them to line up and vote for you. I need you to tell them that you're going to lose the election without them. Black folks have no reason to go vote for you. You've done nothing for black people. Nothing. Your party have held contempt to black Americans. And that's fine. You can keep your contempt. I told you there's two ways to let the Democrats know that you mean business. You got two options. Two. Option number one, you could do a protest vote. Protest vote means I'm going to vote, but I'm going to vote the Republican. Why I'm going to vote the Republican? Because I want it documented that we went and voted for that guy, even though I don't support him like that, even though I don't want him, I don't think he's going to do nothing. But at least I'm getting back at you. Because having you in office, you ain't doing nothing for me. So what you going to throw it in my face talking about the Republican not going to do something? You ain't did crap. And we've been giving you a vote for 50 years. So you know what? I'm going to go give it to that guy as a protest vote, and then I'm going to go to that guy and say, look, you can get more of this if you do something, right? Or if you say, I ain't voting for no Republican, and you're getting your emotions about that, I get it, some of you are emotional, you can, as I talked about before in my podcast, have the election day cookout or the election day block party. Well, by that time, probably be cold up there, but maybe some sort of cookout or whatever. And you get with friends and family, hashtag election day cookout. Okay? And if people start doing it, just holler at your brother. Let me know now. Election day cookout, and you get all friends and family, get the kids together, and y'all all cook, have fun, have a meal, have everything done, and you watch the TV on election day, right? And the key is for the cookout is to have fun, hashtag it, show us all having fun on election day while you're doing a protest against the Democrat Party for not doing nothing for you. And then the goal is for them to lose that governorship, right? And then lose in the midterms and then turn around and say, see, this is what you get for crossing black folks. Go to the Asians, go to people south of the border, go to the white LGBT. See, they didn't show up for you. See, you should have bet on black, and you didn't. You just thought we was gonna show up and not do anything. That's what we're gonna do? No. And black folks, listen to me. I know you're going to have some shucking and jiving, scary raccoons in our community. Oh no, I can't do that. I got to have a seat at the table. You ain't got no seat at no table. The Democrats ain't giving you nothing. All this seat at the table crap. Create your own table. Stop depending on the man for his table. All you want to do is a little bit more better treatment in the plantation. That's all you want. You're scary. You're scared to build on your own. That's why you lean so much on the Democrat Party to do something for you, and they're not. The reason why they definitely not going to do nothing, they didn't do it before, but definitely now, is because you're outnumbered now. Their plan of importing people from Latin America has worked. They're above you in numbers. This is why Jim Crow Joe told you, you got to work with the Hispanics now. Why did he tell you that? You're not a priority. He basically telling you, talk to the Hispanic community, and then they'll holler at me for you. That's what he told you. And once again, Democrats done that. It wasn't Republicans, it was Democrats. So tell them, go depend on all those other people that you support and gave money to, tell them to line up and vote for you. Because Democrats not getting a vote out of me. It ain't happening. You don't do nothing for me. It's just not happening. Jim Crow Joe wants, if you make $600 in your bank account, he wants the IRS looking at every transaction you got going on. What the hell is that? That's him with that. These draconian mandates, people losing their jobs, people working their jobs 20, 30 years, now they getting fired because of a medical decision. That's him. Why would you reward that with a vote? He's tanked the economy. He's made a mess at the border. He's not doing nothing for black folks. Now he's talking about a certain medical decision. Now he's going to start enforcing that on your kids here shortly, from 5 to 11-year-olds. There have been court cases where parents have been denied visitation rights because of a medical decision. Oh yes, it's happened. When that stuff come in, there's going to be more of that. Then y'all going to be really mad. Don't say nobody didn't tell you. Why would you reward a party? And I'm just talking to anybody. Why would you reward a party with votes that's doing all that to you? You sitting at home from a job you worked at 20 years, and now you can't do it no more. And that dude is the one. That Democrat Party was the one that pushed that mess. Or your family can't come visit you here in the U.S. unless they make a certain medical decision on November the 8th. You understand what I'm saying? It's him. Why would you reward that? No George Floyd bill, no voting bill, nothing. They promised you to get y'all out there for them. Black folks in Virginia, it's on you. I say it should be a referendum on the Congressional Black Caucus as well. All of them need to go because they've done nothing for us. If you see them same Congressional Black Caucus members on the ballot, they need to go. Either protest vote or have the election day cookout. And this message isn't for people that's emotional, but even people that get emotional. What have the Democrats done for you? Nothing. For my kids or your kids. They don't even believe in school choice. Remember the sister that took her child to a better school and they put her in jail for that for years? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with black folks choosing to schools that we want to send our kids to? We need school choice in the black community. These people don't want us to improve. They want black folks to stay at the bottom. And they want you to keep delivering votes. And people like Stacey Abrams and Boulay Martin and all other people are paid to do so. That's why Boulay Martin got all these upgrades now. Because he delivered the vote for them. Understand? He got cashed out. I want black folks to get cashed out. Not just a few black folks, all of us get cashed out. And one way to teach the Democrat Party is to not show up for them because you ain't done nothing. You wouldn't be in a relationship with a man or a woman that you do everything and they do nothing. Eventually you're like, well, I'm giving all this relationship and you don't do nothing. You would eventually leave that person. You wouldn't stay with that person for 50 years. None of you would, male or female. So why do you do that with the Democrat Party? You in a relationship with somebody that you give your all and they give nothing back in return but lip service. Thank you. Thank you. You know, they may give you a flower here and then. I say a flower means like Juneteenth. They give you that. That's giving you flowers. But they give you nothing. They don't sacrifice nothing. They don't give you money. They give you nothing at all. And they show contempt for you and they abuse you at the same time, verbally and physically, and call you stupid because you don't do what they tell you to do like a plantation slave master behind a medical decision. It should be between you and your doctor. Listen to me. Don't reward these people. Cory Booker, carry yourself back to the Senate. You need to get voted out. I'm a firm believer that y'all need to vote Cory Booker out. While y'all got him up there, he ain't deliver nothing for y'all, black folks in New Jersey. What did he deliver for you? Nothing. Nothing at all. Get the Democrats out. All of them need to go. They need a referendum in 2022. The Virginia governor's race, they need a referendum by black folks. Tell them once again, go to the Asian community, go to the immigrants that's south of the border, and go to the white LGBT. Y'all go to them three groups and tell them to vote for you. Because that's the people you doing stuff for. You ain't doing nothing for us. So why the hell should we do anything for you? Forget that. Have some self-respect, black people. Have some self-respect. Well, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about, this particular commentary. I know it may be a little long for y'all on this one, but I'm passionate about that. I'm tired of black people always participating and keeping yourself as a permanent underclass. You voting for these people is your participation in it. Well, show them that you mean business and they should not have never crossed you. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.